Hi everyone, Nicole here with my 2021 vision board. This is the Planner Pair channel, and today I'm going to be sharing how I created a vision board for my happy planner. This is a 2-page spread as well as a cover page. The back of this is going to be created later on, and I will be sharing that. It's going to be more of a kind of update how I'm doing check-in type of page. This is the title page here, and it's very, very simple. I started with the middle of my spread. This is some filler paper that I picked up from Michael's. I was looking for something really plain that didn't have a lot of decoration that I had to cover up. So this is something I picked up on sale here from Michael's this week. I will be putting a link to that in the description below the video here. And of course, pretty much I would say the base of my design comes from the Biz Babe Goals book from the Happy Planner. This is one of their brand new from the winter release sticker books. These boxes here for goals, I'm going to use all 6 that come in this. You definitely would not have to use all 6 of these stickers if you don't need to or whatever. Maybe you don't have that many. I actually I had pre-planned my goals off camera, and so I kind of have 6 main categories that they fell into. That's kind of why I chose to do this design. Maybe you have 5. If you have 5, just kind of readjust how you lay out your boxes. You could even probably get all 6 on a single page if you don't want to do a 2-page spread in your planner. There are many options here for how to create this. My daughter Peyton of the Planner Pair has shared on our Instagram. She did a single page with smaller boxes from one of the goals sticker books. So that is another idea if you're wanting to do something similar. Here, of course, where it's the start of 2021, it's the start of a new year, this is a great time to reflect. I was very much inspired. Peyton actually did her goal page first, and I was like, yes, I've been wanting to do a vision board. I've heard about them for several years, and I always think, yes, I'm going to do that, and I've never sat down and done it. And so she totally inspired me to just go ahead and do that. I am using this long kind of label type sticker from Wild Styled sticker book to cover up the title just on this side of the page. It's okay on the other one. I just don't want it on this side. So we're going to cover that up. And then these goals sticker boxes, and they are a nice size really. I'm going to kind of be layering those with some watercolor swatches. So this watercolor book, it's called Watercolor Goals, kind of works out nicely, but it's got lots of great watercolor. And I wanted the look of watercolor without actually adding watercolor to my pages because, of course, these pages are not thick enough to stand up to watercolor. I don't think. And I am not a great watercolor anyway, and I love that there's stickers so you can layer and really kind of add your own flair to the page. I would say Biz Babe Goals and Watercolor Goals are probably the 2 main sticker books I used. I do tend to pull from many sticker books. It's probably my personal style. I always say I'm going to just try to stick to 2 or 3, and it doesn't work out that way for whatever reason. So if you're following our channel or are new here, you're probably going to notice that I pull from lots of sticker books. Peyton pulls from a lot of sticker books. I really love the mixing and matching. It's my own personal style, and it's probably very reminiscent from my scrapbooking days. I used to scrapbook a lot. In fact, over on my channel, Nichol LLC, if you go back here several years, scrapbooking used to be my primary focus, and I did it for many, many years. And I feel like I get to pull from that skill set when doing my planner pages. It's really fun and it just fills that creative void. I really love it. I am not pushing my stickers down all the way to my filler page here in case I have to move stuff. And you will see that I end up having to move things several times. Kind of annoying, but I'm going to tell you what I did. These are all paper stickers that I'm using right here, and I think they are way less forgiving than clear stickers. If you have planned and used the clear and paper stickers, you've probably found the same thing. I'm using a T-square ruler to hopefully line up my boxes. There are no lines on this particular filler paper, so it's not very forgiving. I will tell you, if you need to pull up your sticker and you don't want to tear it, which I did not, and I could tell these were going to tear, I used some Undo adhesive remover to pick them up and move them. I totally do not like how the watercolor for the pink box and the one for the blue box are so close together. So I moved that around. And I did do that off camera, but I will show you moving or using the Undo a little bit later on. I am happy with the box placement here, so I'm going to go ahead and press those down, and then I'm going to take an alphabet sticker book, and these are not in stock anymore, and I'm sorry about that. I actually went on eBay to find this one because I needed an alphabet sticker book. I say need. I wanted an alphabet sticker book because I bought the Recipe Happy Planners, and I am doing recipe books for my kids and for myself. I've wanted a recipe system forever that works really well. Kind of going off of the vision board for just 1 second, but I love recipe books, but I have not found a system that works, and so I'm really hoping the Happy Planner system works. And the bonus is I'm doing albums for my older kids right now, and my younger one still lives with me, so I haven't started one for him, but my kids have asked for their favorite recipes, and so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to include those and make books for them. If you guys want to see any of that, please drop me a note in the comments. Let me know if you want to see the recipe books or at least get an idea of how I'm doing them. I am not decorating them out like I'm do my regular planner. I am adding a few things here and there, but I'm just going to kind of show you what's working for me if you want to see it. So definitely drop me a note and let me know. So along the edge of the box, and you'll notice when I put my placement down of these big gold boxes, I left room to the left of every single box for a title. I didn't want to put it on the top, and I really kind of liked the placement of lining it up along the side, and I really, really love how this worked out. So that's going to be kind of my big overall theme for the box. There's going to be 6, as I mentioned. We're going to do the other side here in a second before we decorate the whole book. But I am just going to use these gold alphabet stickers. You could use whatever kind of alphabet sticker or even a stamp if you think that will work. I think the paper is a little thin. If you are a stamper, I would highly recommend pigment ink and not dye ink. Dye ink will bleed through. So be kind of careful, and you may test it out if you want to stamp that. You could always handwrite it as well. I will be handwriting all over my planner as far as the actual steps for each goal and all of that, and kind of breaking it down. But for the title, I just wanted it to be a little bit nicer than what my handwriting is, and so I used a sticker. I want my boxes to line up with the other side of my spread. So I found it easiest to kind of tip this to its side and use my T-square ruler to line up the boxes. Yes, I put my original kind of yellowish orange box, that mustard colored one, I guess is what I would call it, over on the right. You will notice at the beginning of the video, I moved it. And I did that for a specific reason, and I left that in the video because I want you to see the process. kind of as it came to fruition here through the process of creating my vision board, placement is very important to me and always has been. It probably comes from my scrapbooking and card making days. And I did take quite a bit of time to put this vision board together because it's something I want to refer to all year long. And so I really wanted it to be kind of specific, have plenty of room to write, and to really be able to open it up and see my big goals at a glance, and then the breakdown of those goals and how to achieve them. And I think if you are interested in creating a vision board, it is not too late. Yes, I created this before January 1st, but you can create a vision board at any time. My plan is to revisit this halfway through the year and see how it's going. If things have been achieved, then I want to maybe add to it, create an additional vision board for the remainder of the year. If I'm still working on them, I want to check in and say, how is it going? How am I as far as achieving that goal? Am I still working towards it? Do I need to alter that? So that's going to kind of be on the back side of this 2-page spread, and it's why I left it blank for now. And if you guys are enjoying this and you want to see more of this kind of thing, please let us know. So here's kind of what we have to start with. It looks awesome. I absolutely love it. I like the placement. I like everything about this. But one of the things I had planned was using this Minnie Mouse sticker from the new big Disney sticker book. This is one of the brand new ones from the winter release. I want her, because I think it's cute that she's holding onto the box. And this particular goal has to do with travel, because I don't know about you guys, but we're really, really hoping that maybe we can travel closer to the end of 2021. It is a goal and something we're working towards and have been planning towards. So, it just kind of depends on what's going on in the world, whether that works out. But she works out because we have a Disney trip that we want to take. And so I thought, of course, she works great. It's going to be the only Disney thing in this entire spread. You guys, if you're already following us, know that we do both use a lot of Disney, but not just Disney. But I like the addition of her, even if you aren't necessarily going on a Disney trip. I think it's fun that it looks like she's holding up the box. There's also a Mickey in this book that looks like he's holding up a box or peeking over the side of a box, which would be really fun. So we're just kind of adding things in here. And I am adding all of the titles for each goal box. We've got wellness, finance, travel. This is going to be career. And then home and personal are the other two. Those are pretty generic titles that could encompass many things. As I mentioned, I have specific goals and ways that I'm hoping to achieve those that I have written out on a separate piece of paper. I probably will not be sharing that on camera as far as the after the pen. A lot of them are kind of personal, and I don't want to share those on the internet necessarily. But the vision board and how I have set it up, I did want to share, because I think that if you are wanting to do something similar, it's really easy to do, whether you're a planner or not. I love the idea of a vision board. Let's go ahead and add our last little title here. You may notice too, some of the watercolor stickers are hanging off the edge. That is very purposeful. In scrapbooking first and card making, which I do now, and now planning, that is kind of called grounding an image. And that's going to work for lots of things. Let's say you've got florals or circles or whatever it is. That helps ground it so everything isn't just floating out there in outer space. It's kind of a design term as far as that goes, called grounding. And you're just kind of grounding your boxes and your images, or in this case, watercolor swatches, because we're going to trim off that excess hanging off the edge. If it's quite a bit of excess hanging off the edge, you can save it. You're going to see that with some other stickers here in a minute. I'll show you that you can end up using the rest. I think most of the watercolor ones I can't, but that if there is any excess, that's great little pieces that you can also place along the edge of the design. We're going to put the date up here at the top of our vision board. So I'm just grabbing some 2021 gold stickers that match the alphabet stickers I used. I'm so sorry that I was leaning over trying to get those lined up as best as possible. And I'm fiddling with the 0 a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Once we have that, now we have the guts of our vision board. We've got our goal boxes, we have our titles, and really you don't have to add a whole lot more than that. You've got what you need to be able to record. Now comes just the pretty fun part of this. This progress, not perfection sentiment. I cannot remember which book this is from. I'm going to look through here. I really love this one because I think that it's a great sentiment for a vision board. I think that it's from Modern Farmhouse, you guys, but I am not positive. I know that this little phrase that I'm going to put here underneath that says dare, dream, do, repeat, that is from Wild Styled. Actually, progress, not perfection, and that little sentiment strip are from Wild Styled. So those two are from Wild Styled, and I like that it's very simple. I like that the font is script, and then I like the little sentiment underneath it. I pre-planned, you can see I've tagged some stickers that I thought would work. There are a lot I ended up not using, and there are some things I changed. But my general plan when I started was, of course, these boxes, watercolor swatches, and then quotes. And I picked way more quotes than what I actually ended up using because I wasn't exactly sure what direction it would go once I got started. Now, there is also in the watercolor book, there are these great little gold, I kind of call them little arrows, and I'm going to put those along the side of each box kind of as bullet points for that goal. So there are some big things I want, or some things within finance I want to achieve. There's some home goals, wellness goals, all of those kind of things. So I'm putting some bullet points. I'm only going to do about 3 per goal for now. Some of them have more than that. And I just flagged that page in watercolor goals so I can come back to it and add to it as I start writing these goals in. But for the sake of the video and on camera, we just are going to do 3 for each, and of course come back and add them as needed. Some will have more action steps than others. I am using the planning guides as far as you can see that progress, not perfection, and dare, dream, do, repeat are on the planning guide. I did that on purpose because I want to see if I like how things are going to turn out before I place them down. So here's an example of trimming a sticker. This is also from Watercolor Goals. It's some little gold kind of crosses, kind of just some nice abstract art. I trimmed that, and we're going to put part of it down on the page so it looks like it's underneath the finance goals box. And then we're just going to save the other half. I will end up using that a little bit later. Because I like this placement for progress, not perfection, we're going to go ahead and place that on our page, and I'm going to trim off the edges of this little strip because it's way longer than the actual text, and I don't really need that on there. So I just snipped off the ends with my scissors, and then we're going to place that down as well. I'm loving how it's turning out. I'm really excited about this, and just like in my card making, this is probably my favorite part, is all of the little details and finishing touches. I think they really make or break a page. Again, you don't have to go all out like this. It's just kind of what I like. And as I mentioned, this is something I'm going to refer to quite a bit. So I went ahead and decorated it up. Now I feel like I need more watercolor splotches, and I want this one to extend across both sides of my page. So this one, I am just lining up the left and right sides, and then it is covering up that notch that you can then place this in your happy planner. But I am going to take the punch for the happy planner, and we will repunch this in a little bit at the very end, and I'll show you how slick that works, because we've already covered it up with those two, the blue and the pink watercolor swatches kind of in the middle of the page. You can see they're partially covering those notches. So I'm not worried too much about that. I just want this to be a seamless design. So I want to use this thought bubble from, and I want to make sure this is from Goals. So we've got lots of goals. We've got Biz Babe goals, watercolor goals, and goals. And this is from the Goals book, but it's going to cover up this box. So here is the undo that I was talking about. I am going to just kind of place that over the sticker, and then I'm very, very carefully peeling these up, and we're going to pop them on the planning guide as a placeholder to move everything. And I'm working pretty slow. I know I've sped it up for the video, but I'm just really, really going slow, pulling everything up very carefully. I do not want to rip anything because I only have these 6 Goals stickers, and I really love this placement. But there's nothing wrong with changing your mind a little bit. So I have moved this, and we're going to line the box up with the one right below it. So I kind of want to see, where do I want my thought bubble to go? And I'm going to put her down, and then we'll put our goal box back down. So I love this. I love that it looks like this little thought bubble's coming up from Minnie. That was a very, a design thing that I wish I had thought of before, but I didn't. I had flagged this page in the Goals book knowing I liked them and I thought about using them, but hadn't thought about it too much. But it's going to be a great design element, plus a spot to write more information if I want to. So we're moving over this mustard color box and the watercolor splotch, and then we can go ahead and put this back down in place. And I'm loving how this looks. I am going to peel up this corner. I don't want the watercolor going behind both boxes. And it was sticking a little, so we are going to just use my undo again. I don't really love using undo all that much, but I was really afraid of tearing a box, so I did use it here. And I'm just kind of waving it around. It does dry real fast. We're going to tuck the corner underneath there. And we're not really losing anything, and I love how that's going to look. Okay. So next, it's again just some finishing details. We kind of have 2 spots down here on the left and the right along the bottom that's really open, that there's hardly anything. And it gave me the most trouble design-wise, but I end up really loving what we come up with. But it did give me a little bit of trouble as far as figuring it out. Because I've done those little crosses from the Watercolor Goals book on the left side, I do want to put some over here on the right. So we're going to have some of those right here below this box. And then that other half, again, I trimmed this in half. We're going to layer over this box, the watercolor swatch along the bottom. And this is just where the layering comes in and adding those extra details. And then I thought it would be cute to have 2 thought bubbles, because that fills in this space really nicely and also gives me an extra spot to write, which I really like. And I love that. So pretty much the whole top of this double page spread I really like. I like how it's all turned out. We're going to add, again, finishing details. So here's some little glittery splatters, again, from Watercolor Goals. And I noticed I forgot to add the career stickers back in. I did lay them down, and I'm going to pick them up again. I've left it in because I think it's important to show the process, that it doesn't always end up perfect the first time, and that's okay. I don't know. I just didn't like that where it's overlapping that watercolor on this. I'm going to pick it up and I'll move it down just a little bit. I can't remember if I move it down on camera or not. I guess we'll see here in a minute. But we'll come back to that. I also think I maybe need some more watercolor somewhere. I'm going to have this little pink piece hang off the edge. We're going to snip it in half pretty much and just put the light pink right here. The other half I ended up not using on this part of the spread, but when I get to the cover page or title page for my goals section, it's going to work there. And it was a happy accident that worked out. So I'm just going to put it back in my sticker book because we do not want to waste any of these fabulous watercolor stickers. Yep, I did leave it in because it really bothered me. So we're just going to peel this up. They are clear stickers. They were a lot more forgiving. I will say the A kind of tore a little bit of my box, and I was a little bit annoyed with that, but you know, I moved them way too many times. And we're moving the career down just a tad. It's probably not a big deal, but it was for me. And as you guys get to know me, you will know that is just kind of how I am. We're going to put that other little spot along this side of the box. That was from that first sticker. I love that. That's a good little addition. I've got this cute Dream Big Darling sticker from Wild Styled. It also has that watercolory looking background, so it really goes with my theme great. I like how it's right there by Minnie and then it's smaller. These 2 circles, that is from the Biz Babe Goals book. I love them. I picked 2 kind of encouraging vision board goals, resolutions, whatever you want to call them, quotes that I thought would work really nice. And they're going to fill in 2 of those areas beautifully. So kind of my thought process here that I want to talk about, and something that had been bothering me was I did not want to do 2 big quotes on the left side of the spread, but it wasn't working to add it to the right side. No matter what I tried, it just did not look good. I didn't like it. It didn't work because there is a big Minnie over there on the right side, so I feel like it's pretty balanced visually. So I ended up adding these circles and kind of layering them with the watercolor splotches and all of that, and adding in some extra little sparkly stickers and whatever and even some little stars. I think I added some little stars too. Some cute little stars from the Free Spirit sticker book. So we got another sticker book here. But what I ended up finding is there are a couple of quotes that I do want to use, and they look really awesome layered. And once I figure that out, I am going to be almost done. And so we're kind of reaching that. I am going to trim this stars sticker. It felt like it was too much on the right side of this circle. So I'm going to take my scissors and actually just snip that up. And we're going to lift part of the circle and tuck the other half under it. Don't be afraid to alter your stickers. And then this quote is going to be awesome, and it really fills in this part of the page. This is from the Modern Farmhouse book. both of these quotes are from Modern Farmhouse. So we have the "You were made to do hard things" quote, which I did not get down straight, so I had to lift it up and fix. And then the dreams, chase your dreams, we're going to tip at an angle because we did that for all of our titles for our goals. And I think it really matches and it fills in. It's not overwhelming, but it does fill in that little open spot beautifully, and it goes with our vision board. Love this. We are almost done. I think we'll add just some little stars. I pulled these from multiple sticker books, just the ones we're using. Again, I will list and link those down below the video in case you're interested in creating something similar. Some little pink and gold stars. Let's go ahead and add a couple to the left side to make it nice and balanced. But I love it. I love my vision board. It's probably one of the things I'm most proud of in this planner start journey, just because I'm really, really excited about using it, and it was super fun to create. So I hope this has inspired you to maybe make your own vision board. And remember, it does not have to be a resolutions or a New Year's only type of design. This could start anytime. You could do one for each month if you wanted to help you visualize and help you achieve your goals. I'm adding those little flags to the rest of these boxes, and then I do need to grab my punch, but let's go ahead and do our cover page first, and then we'll come back and punch each side of this. And I will tell you, it makes me nervous every single time, but this punch is magical. I absolutely love it. If you have a Michaels nearby, I would recommend running into the store. I have this punch in white. I know it comes in other colors, but the white one, I think they're maybe discontinuing. I don't know for a fact, but I had picked it up a while ago and I probably used a coupon, but it was quite a bit more. Peyton and I were in the other day and she got one for like next to nothing. It was 70% off the sale price. So it was awesome. Okay, guys, for my cover page, it's super simple. It just needs to kind of say what section this is. So I'm using a big goals sticker from the goals sticker book. We're using a quote sticker from, and I want to tell you the right sticker book, that Martin Luther King quote I'm using, but it may take me a minute to figure out which book that's from. I think it's from Free Spirit, I think. And then the watercolor splotch from Watercolor Goals, and the mini from the new Disney Mickey and Minnie sticker book. So we've got the watercolor swatch, the quote on top, big goals, and Minnie. So she kind of looks like she's holding it up. Basically, guys, that's all. I am not doing a ton to this page. I did think, because it's a title page, if you will, it needed a little something to say this is what it is. I was looking for, do I want to add some more sparkles? Of course I want to add more sparkles. If you've watched any of Peyton and I's haul videos, we talk about that, where we wish there was a whole book of them, because I use them on everything. They're fantastic for layering. And I generally will go through all of my books looking for the sparkles. I've considered briefly pulling them out of all of my books so I have them all together, but you know, who knows. So I'm going to grab some little stars from Free Spirit, and we're going to pop those. These are, I think, gold foil. I did mix gold and rose gold. These are rose gold foils, pardon me, because there just wasn't any way really not to. The word big is gold foil, and of course there's gold foiling on this filler paper, but there's rose gold foil on Minnie, and then the quote and these little stars. But I like that. I like that little addition around big goals. I think it really just kind of ties it all together and adds to that, I don't know, just beautiful look and finished feel of this. So remember, I had that leftover watercolor piece from our inside spread, that light pink. I think it's going to look awesome down along the bottom edge. And that's also going to be a great place to add 2021. I've added it on the inside, but I really wanted, in case I ever decide to maybe put all my vision boards in a planner together, which I think would be really fun. So you could kind of look through and reevaluate how you've done over time. I wanted to have this title page have the date. And I was going to use a different sticker, and then I thought, no, I need to stay consistent. And I did buy multiple of these alphabet sticker books when I found them on eBay because I knew that I would need more than just one. So I'm going to put 2021 right here, and that's going to be it. That is it for my title page. I love how Minnie looks like she's holding up the quote and the title, and I like the little watercolor nod to what's on the inside of my spread. Now we do need our punch, and we're going to need to punch the notches so this fits in our planner. I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you placing it back in my planner. I'm going to put it at the front of my 2021 planner, and that's kind of what it looks like. The back page will save that for an update on how we're doing. And here is that white Happy Planner punch. I will link to it in the supplies. I do not know if it's in stock online, you guys, but if you have a store, I would definitely run in and check because they are clearancing out a bunch of Happy Planner stuff. And we're just going to punch the second page and then pop this in our planner. I hope this has inspired you to maybe create your own vision board, whether it's in a Happy Planner or not. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, we would love if you would consider subscribing to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new planning video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.